What's up, everyone? Welcome into episode 3 of Clovers and Unders. We are two generations of Irish men brought together not only by blood, but by one love for football. Every week, we're going to be breaking down the best in fantasy football, player props, money lines, and other can't miss bets all the way through the end of the season. So, whether you guys are here to win your league or cash your ticket, you guys are in the right place. With that being said, as always, going to pass this off to Bill to let you guys know what's on the agenda for today.
All right. Thank you so much. We're glad to have you here. And we know that when we are done, you will be glad you came. Our three possessions today, we will be providing 4 downs or picks for each possession. Possession 1 will be wide receivers ranked in the 15 to 35 range with great upside. Possession 2, wide receivers in each round or tier to avoid. They will perform worse than their ADP. And lastly, possession 3, we will hit on wide receivers that are sleepers ranked 40th to 70th. They have way much more value than their current ADP. They will be big steals and help you crush your season this year. Last 2 years, the average number of ADP receivers ranked 13 to 24, tier 2, that finished in the top 24 for scoring was only 4. So the law of averages says that 66% of this year's tier 2 receivers will finish outside the top 25 for scoring receivers. And we are going to give you the 33% that will finish inside. So with that, let me hand things off to former collegiate kicker to kick things off. Take it away, Chris.
All right, so we're going to get started with possession 1. Again, those wide receivers ranked 15 through 35 with that upside. First down, my pick is going to be Garrett Wilson. He's coming in sitting around wide receiver 15, so right on the bottom tier of that ranking, but high usage. All right, Wilson led the league in snap share last year, sitting at 96.5% of snaps. He was also third in routes run at 645 and fourth in targets at 153, and sixth in route participation at 99.7%. All right, next, we're going to talk about consistency. He's surpassed 1,000 yards receiving in 3 straight seasons, despite the Jets QB carousel that they've had. He is an explosive play guy. He generated 15 receptions of 20-plus yards last year. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, is Fields a worry? Wilson had 1,000-yard seasons with Zach Wilson and Trevor Siemian as his QBs. I don't think Fields is going to be an issue. All right, Garrett Wilson is a volume monster. He plays nearly 100% of the Jets snaps. He's consistent. He's got that big play potential. He's being taken around wide receiver 15. I don't see any reason why he won't crack the top 10 this year. Take Garrett Wilson. All right, so second down, off the Bill.
All right, thank you so much. I am going to give you currently ADP ranked 30th wide receiver. It's the Titans' Calvin Ridley. The weapons he has this year are phenomenal. He's the clear number 1 with the addition of Lockett and tight end Okonkwo, who is continuing to develop as a tight end there. They will help avoid the double teams, but now they have a massive increase as a quarterback. And with the previous quarterbacks, if you could even call them that, he had 2 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He's a top performer in air yards and downfield receptions. The Titans offense is also expected to be very pass heavy under the new head coach, Bill Callahan. And with the 5th lowest projected win total this year, I would expect a lot of passing. So currently going at 30, I see him definitely landing inside the top 20. So with that, I'll hand things off to Chris for third down pick.
Yeah, so with my third down pick, this guy's sitting at around 21 in terms of that ADP value. I am taking DK Metcalf. All right. Explosiveness is something I am big on, and he's even more explosive than Garrett Wilson. He led the NFL with 16 receptions of 20-plus yards in 2024. Garrett Wilson had 15. Upgrade at QB. I get it. Some people think that Aaron Rodgers is completely done. It's probably his last year. I get it. I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers over Geno Smith. DK still ranked 25th in receiving yards last year. He came in at around 992. And that was with the subpar passing game. All right. Look what Rodgers did with Wilson last year. Expect it with DK this year. High usage. He ran 94.3% of his team's offensive routes in 2024. I get he's switching teams here, but what that means, he can handle that snap share. All right. Notice a pattern. DK is going to be Garrett Wilson of last year, but DK's got that bigger frame. All right, so DK at 21 is incredible value. In 2024, he was one of the league's most explosive playmakers. We talked about that. He ranked in top 10 in terms of that EPX value, something that's been a consistent touching point of mine over these last 3 videos. He is moving to Pittsburgh, where he's going to be Aaron Rodgers' clear wide receiver 1 and red zone weapon. Fantasy projections actually see him climbing up to wide receiver 18. I see that jump being even higher. I'm betting on a bounce back from DK this year. I don't see any reason he doesn't finish in the top 15. Take DK this year. For that value, it's a great pick. All right, so with 4th down, going to pass this back off to Bill.
All right, with my 4th down pick, a little bit of a shock. I think some people are going to, have a little smirk on their face. We'll doubt this one, but I'm going with the Chiefs' Xavier Worthy. He has been on a roller coaster the last 2 weeks. He was projected at about the 30th wide receiver off the board when the news came that they were going to have the suspension of Rice, expecting him to be out at the start of the season. He fell down as low as 23. As of today, he's still 23. But I expect with the new news about Rashee Rice that he's going to slide back up into the 30 range, and that's going to make him a very good candidate because of the competition for target shares. He's got suspensions, injuries, and age amongst his competition. It's definite that Rice will be suspended for a good portion of the season. Hollywood Brown, injured all the time. And an aging tight end, I see Xavier Worthy stealing the target share by far. He'll double the target share of the next best receiver in Kansas City. Sophomore surge. He had a great second half of the season last year. His last 3 regular season games, he had over 20 points per game average. And I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but in the playoff round, he was averaging close to 100 yards receiving and had a touchdown in every game. He is absolutely on fire to surge. His elite speed, he's got a 4.2 40, and his ability to get yards after the catch. And lastly, 3 words for you to close the door on proving that he will definitely be a valuable pick for you. Nagy, Reed, and Mahomes. I mean, and they were all there last year for him in his rookie season. So he is going to be solid this year. I promise you, definitely going to finish inside the top 20. So with that, we're going to pivot over to possession number 2. These are wide receivers to avoid in their current ranked tier. We're going to start things off with tier 2 receivers that are ranked 13 to 24, where Chris will lead us off.
Yeah, so for my tier 2 receiver, 1st down pick, this guy's sitting at wide receiver 19 right now. I'm taking Terry McLaurin. All right, let's touch on the obvious real brief. In terms of trade request, contract tension, who knows if and when he's going to be on the field, right? So that's obvious, okay? Let's get into some not obvious things. Age and regression risk, okay? He's turning 30 this fall. Data historically has shown that wide receivers begin their decline at 28, okay? And he just had his career highs in receiving touchdowns last year. That is screaming an outlier, okay? Expect regression, especially in terms of touchdowns, all right? His target volume has plateaued. He had 117 targets last year. That's his lowest since his rookie year. His production last year, as great as he was, it was built on efficiency, not volume. In PPR leagues, I'm chasing volume. A little bit more on that later. Lastly, they're adding Debo. Might not seem huge as they have different play styles. They play different positions here, but Terry's numbers were built on that efficiency. So while his volume was already low, expect it even lower. And again, that's if he's on the field. All right. So he was incredible in 2024, but all the signs point to regression, age, contract tension, that touchdown. I promise you, I'll bet the house he's not going to score as many touchdowns. So you can almost guarantee a touchdown regression and a more crowded offense. All right. That sets the stage for a decline. I get it. He had a great year last year. Avoid McLaurin this year. With that being said, going to pass this off to you for 2nd down.
All right. Thank you so much. My 2nd down pick is going to be the Dolphins' Jaylen Waddle. I have 3 major points to make, and I have to remind everybody that he finished last year as the 46th ranked wide receiver. Do you see any reason why he should improve? His target share is going to be the same with not being good enough because of Tyreek. He's continuously got the fear of the health concerns for Tua. If you ask me for an over-under on Tua's games played this season, I'd take under 12 in a heartbeat. And the run-heavy offense, Shane is proven himself to be too good to want to drop back and pass. Those are my three major points. And again, I'll go back to he was the number 46 receiver last year. With all those things the same, why would you think he would do better than 46? Yet he's currently ranked 31st. I don't buy it. I don't see it. I expect him to finish at least 46 again this year. So with this, back to you, Chris.
My second receiver to avoid, we're going to put the tiers at the top of this possession. I am taking Keon Coleman. He is sitting at wide receiver 48. He's sitting in that tier 4. Reasons. Okay. Lackluster rookie season. This guy had just 29 receptions for 556 yards last year. Did get 4 touchdowns in those 13 games, but far below expectations for what we all thought preseason last year was going to be Josh Allen's new number 1. Okay. This stat might surprise you. He is not reliable. Ready for this? Coleman had only caught 50.9% of his targets last year. So when we talk about a 50-50 ball receiver, that is not the 50-50 we are talking about. All right. He is being priced for projection right now. He's projected to amass 835 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. Man, that's a big leap. He is priced for projection, not production. Okay. And news out of camp already, he is struggling with separation and route running. Oh boy. Oh boy. Low production rookie year. He's dropping 50% of his targets. You add in the struggles with separation and route running. Man, he is overpriced. I see him falling outside of the top 60 wide receivers this year. Stay away from Coleman. Please stay away. With that, we are going to be moving on to 4th down for Bill to take over.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you the receiver to avoid in tier 5, the ranked 49 to 60 receivers. I don't have too much to say. I think this one's almost a no-brainer. I'm guessing a lot of you were hoping that we give you something else, but I want to make sure, all right, that you stay away from Brandon Aiyuk. Don't play the hope game. He is going to be out a minimum of 6 weeks. Don't think he's going to save you in the second half of your season and you're just going to store him on your bench, right? He's not going to help you. He is going to be an injury all season long. Even if he does come back, and I know Chris will agree with this, the emergence of Pearsall and Jennings are going to make his ability to grab back that target share when and if he comes back very difficult. He has been sitting at 50 on the rankings, and that was before they gave the news of him being definitely out for at least 6 weeks. It hasn't been slipping. I thought he'd slip out of tier 5 and that I'd have to rewrite this final pick. But he's been sitting at 50, and I don't understand. I think a lot of people are hoping and praying that he's going to be healthy and come back and return to his form. Not this year. So please avoid Brandon Aiyuk. He will not be a tier 5 finisher. I don't see him finishing in the top 80 of receivers. So with that, we're going to slide into our third and final possession today, our wide receiver sleepers. This is when it gets really fun. These are wide receivers that will perform well above their ADP values. We're focusing on current receivers that are in the 40 to 70 range, giving you great bargains in the later round. So take it away, Chris.
Yeah, so speaking on that great bargain, the same thing happened last week with the running back video. I am just super excited to give these guys to you. Luckily, hopefully none of you are in any of my leagues. But these sleeper receivers, touching on what Bill just spoke about with Aiyuk, this guy's sitting at 41. All right, so only about 9 spots, if I heard you correctly, ahead of Aiyuk right now. And he's at minimum playing 6 more games. Jennings. All right, career best production in 2024. He racked up 77 receptions, just under 1,000 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, all career highs. Reason number 2, so wide receiver 1. All right. Aiyuk is not expected back until week 6 at minimum. Minimum. All right. Volume. He ranked 22nd in targets overall with 111 pass targets. All right. So he is getting, Purdy wants to get him the ball. All right. And we all know the couple week stretch where this improved, but he is explosive. Okay. He earned an EPX, that explosive play rating I've touched on in numerous videos, of 108.8. Ready? 22nd amongst all players, not just wide receivers, amongst all players, he's ranking 22nd in EPX. Okay. He is being drafted as the wide receiver 41, as the number 1 receiver for Brock Purdy. Situation and numbers from last year are screaming top 20. Wait to get him, but get Jennings. All right. Sleeper pick for me. Super excited to give that guy to you. But moving on to second down, Bill, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to piggyback a little bit and make, allude to our quarterback video as well for your pick, Chris. But, we talked about in our quarterback video how Brock Purdy was a quarterback that we really, really felt good about. And notice when I talked about Aiyuk, I didn't downplay anything related to the team. It wasn't the line or the offense or the play calling, the coaching, the quarterback. Everything is good for San Francisco this year. So go back to that. And if you are struggling finding it, if you subscribe to our channel, you'll easily be able to find that quarterback video, but we dropped it about 2 weeks ago. So I'll jump to my second down pick. I'm really excited about this player. Not a young guy, but not an old guy. Christian Kirk down in Houston. First reason, I truly believe CJ Stroud is going to be rebounding this season. He's definitely going to be in a better place. The offensive line is going to be a little bit better than they were last year. So Christian Kirk is going to have a great opportunity to work with Stroud. And there's been a lot of hype about the chemistry that's already existing between the two of them. His experience in his 2 years that he played all 17 games, he averaged 1,000 yards. He is a solid producer. He has the experience. He has the proven experience, and he's in a great spot. He's the number 2 to Nico Collins. Nico's going to get all the attention. Kirk's going to slide into the slots and get his ability to get catches. He's like that check down receiver a lot of times. He's going to get a lot of receptions, a lot of points, and currently he's the wide receiver 56.
Wow.
I don't, how does somebody with that talent, with that proven ability, with the good quarterback in an offense that's going to be throwing a ball a lot, they're going to be playing from behind, how do you think that he's remotely going to finish behind almost all of WR2s? He's going to finish in the top half of WR2s. I see a floor as the 40th receiver, and he definitely could finish higher than that. So currently 56, man, if you can get him that late, you got to steal in Christian Kirk. So turning third down over to you, Chris.
Yeah. Again, another guy I'm super, super high on this year. Super excited to give to you. This guy is sitting at wide receiver 49. I know some of you guys might look like a deer in headlights when I give you this name, but Michael Pittman Jr. All right. Reason number 1, he's going to get the targets. He still had a 22.6% target share last year. Where did that rank? 27th amongst receivers. He had a 26.6% first read share, ranking 32nd amongst receivers. So he's still heavily involved in the Colts scheme. You might not think those numbers are great, but wait till I give you these other stats, and it's going to back that first one. All right. Volume. Despite finishing as wide receiver 44 last year, his volume metrics scream upside. Okay. Everything that happened last year with where he finished and those numbers with target share and first read share, you guys might think Josh Downs. We might be thinking of these other guys, Alec Pierce. Richardson had one of the worst historical seasons of a quarterback ever. Okay, so what's my reason number 3 for taking Pittman? Quarterback improvement. Richardson sucked. Flacco came in. What did he show in Indianapolis and Cleveland? He throws to his favorites, at least at this point in his career. So whether it's an improved Richardson, and my God, if he doesn't improve, he's not the quarterback. All right. So it's either an improved Richardson or a Daniel Jones. Shout out to the Irish, maybe Riley Leonard, but expect better quarterback play. All right. He still led the team at with 111 targets. So he battled injuries, had inconsistent quarterback play. Downs and Pierce's numbers didn't match the volume they were getting. Those were outlier touchdown numbers, okay? In PPR leagues, like I spoke on earlier in the video, go for volume. Again, wide receiver 49. He is the wide receiver 1 in Indianapolis. Go after Michael Pittman Jr.
All right. Well, with that, and I agree wholeheartedly, I'm going to take over the 4th down pick. And you always got to have a young guy, right? A young guy that you trust. A little rookie action going on here. Emeka Egbuka is going to be not really a sleeper. I think a lot of people are aware of him. But for whatever reason, he's just not getting the love that I think he deserves. Obviously, his experience, you have to go to his collegiate, but he was considered one of the most NFL-ready wide receivers due to his route running, his hands, and his understanding of the game. Now, that's further evidenced by the quarterback rapport that he's already developed in preseason with Mayfield, who's praised him, highlighting his football intelligence and his ability to quickly grasp the offense. So that's not normal for most rookie wide receivers, and he's already stepping up and earning praise from his quarterback, and a veteran quarterback at that. Let's look at why I think he's not coming up the scale as much as he should. He's currently ranked 45th. That puts him in the middle of the pack of wide receiver 3s. Godwin is been stated as almost guaranteed to be on the PUP list at the start of the season, guaranteeing that he misses the first 4 games of the season. So Egbuka is going to come out as the wide receiver 2 fresh out of the gate. And all the attention is going to be on the wide receiver 1. He's going to get a lot of opportunities, especially early in the season, to not only prove himself, but get a lot of numbers on the board early and make it really hard for Godwin if he comes back. And if he comes back well enough to even do anything, I even think Egbuka can be just as effective in a 3 receiver set. But let's not forget the Bucs have a pass first approach. So there's going to be a lot of balls thrown out there. And I believe his target share is only going to be a few behind Mr. Evans. So I have a strong feeling that Egbuka is going to definitely come double digits under his current ADP, will floor at the 30 mark, but I believe he could go as low as for a ceiling in the low 20s for his final point production for the season. So with that, we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to turn things over to Chris to give us a breakdown of where we're going from here.
Next week, we're going to be leaving it up to audience choice for you guys to pick what we talk about. We might wrap up some fantasy. We might talk about some future bets. But where things get real juicy, that following week, man, it is here. Football season is upon us. We got week 1 college football bets on the way for you guys. So we are both super excited to give those out for you, or give those out to you. And for any of you Irish fans out there, we got something special to wrap up those videos as well. So as always, guys, we appreciate you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We will catch you guys next week.